This is the What Benefits You Show with Zachary Kirkland as your host, where we talk to companies nationwide about their business and great new topics. Who knows, the next speaker could be you. So hang tight and enjoy the show.
Congratulations, everyone. You made it. It's the end of the day on Friday, or maybe it's the beginning of the day, or maybe you are even at lunch. But guess what? You're back for another episode 12 of What Benefits You podcast. Grinders aren't just sandwiches. I'm your host, Zachary Kirkland, with my beautiful co-host, Misha Johnson.
Hi, everybody.
And we have our great guest speakers today, Michelle Fedrizzi and Teresa Karam, as they bring their great knowledge in their industries to our show. So kick back, relax. We'll keep watching that road if you're driving, guys. But enjoy the episode. We're going to take a quick song break, and we're going to get right into it. Stay tuned.
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely.
Whoa. Hey, I said Friday, not Monday. Let's try that again.
You know it ain't no stopping all the dogs I'm dropping. It's Friday night, so everything is popping. I got stainless spin on the hand, so let the games begin. Yakety yak, don't talk back or a song. Calling up Earl on the car phone. Mac 10 just got out of court, rolling through the hood in a super sport, bumping too short. 18's got the rear view mirrors vibrating and deep dish datings. You know how we do it. Ain't nothing to it but the floss. Overcrowding Harrison Ross, cause if you fuck with ours, we leave scars. Out of G-Ride cars, living like stars. Might hit the highway on the Vegas run, fool, cause it's Friday. Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air if you don't care. Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air if you don't care. Standing outside on a Friday, living on the edge, cause we all got them hard heads. It seems like we all are waiting for the drive-by, playing tag with Satan, but we chillin'. Yeah, we ready and willing. You hear about the latest West Side killing? 40 sippin', set trippin', 4 dippin', pistol grippin', never slippin'. BG's tryna hang out, but OG saying take your little ass out in the house. My big homie just got out. Used to be down, now he's just cracked out. He was about as hard as Darth Vader, in a sweatshirt, khakis, and Chuck Taylors. Just seen him in the driveway, getting beat like a smoker, fool, cause it's Friday. Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air if you don't care. Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air if you don't care. Fool. Like that and chase the cat, or settle for a hood rat. Dookie braids, no dreadlocks, flying in and out of town with half a chicken in a cock. And I love her, cause she down to fuck around with the underground. The ham and her ass is big, round and wide, jacked up, make a down the ride. Smoking Indo, playing that Super Nintendo. Hear a rat-a-tat on my window. Gave her ass that pelvic thrust. Don't trust the rubber cause it's bound to bust. In the oven, in the nappy, I had on 2, so I was happy. Cause that HIV'll make it came sideways. And that ain't cool, fool, cause it's Friday. Throw your neighborhood in the air if you don't care. Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air if you don't care. Throw the west side in the air. Throw the east side in the air. Throw the south side in the air. Throw the north side in the air. Oh yeah.
Have you thought of protection for your family? We have home and auto insurance, but what about life insurance? Don't let your family's way of life change due to the unpredictable. Protect your family today for as little as $1 per day. Call Dynamism Financial today at 844-966-7283. That's 844-966-SAVE.
All right, everybody. Like I told you before, we only have great speakers on this show, and I got another great one for you. Michelle, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Well, everybody is dying to know. Michelle, how long have you been in business for?
I've been in business for about 2 years now. I was in training for a couple years before that, and I just needed to take that leap so that I could heal everybody. And when I started, I was working a job, and I decided to take that leap and quit my job and go full force with my business. So it's been about a year that I've been going full force with just my business alone.
That's awesome. So, I mean, what does your business pertain to? Because every time you and I catch each other online, on social media, you are totally psyched about your business.
Yes. Basically what I do is I give Reiki healing, which is a Japanese modality, and we work on there's different body parts that we have and different energy levels that go through them. And so I work on the same pressure points and meridian lines that the acupuncture is work on, except for I'm not going to stick you with needles. I'm just going to travel the energy from source into your body. And Reiki healing, it goes directly pure energy, and it cannot harm anybody. And it helps people who have, dis-ease and any kind of mental issues as well. And so we work on those, deep imprints that are in the body. And so I get excited to post and talk about, just how we can help heal each other. And I'm literally just the channel that helps you heal what you have to heal and hold that space for you. As an individual who's seeking that help.
Okay, all right, nice. I've seen a lot of that. A lot more of what is it? It's like a Zen.
It's energy playing.
Yeah, a lot of people actually look at. What are you talking about? Karma, Zen, or everything. A lot of people see as an inner force or next aura around people. I mean, is that somewhat what it's dealing with?
Yes. I think people are tired of living the same thing that we've been going and doing for centuries now, and having some other people have so much control over us and not realizing that we're not living for ourselves. And so a lot of people now are coming away from religion and really starting to just have a spiritual practice on what they believe is true. And it's really just about following who you are and, what you think is right if you do rituals or praying or, giving thanks and believing in karma and souls and, whatever you believe in your heart. I think a lot of people are looking for that in the community as well, that really gives that soul food to that person. I think that's why it's grown so much.
Most definitely. See, a lot of people actually bring that not only in their personal life, but in their business life as well. So they feel that everything is connected. So, nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
because it
is. What is it, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
You went into training. What?
Into training.
What I'm trying to catch is, what made you decide to actually be that entrepreneur and go out there and really bring your business?
Well, I've always worked so much in the industry. I live in California, and so I've always worked in the music industry and fashion, really big entertainment. And so seeing the business behind that, I learned the business, and I was in a place where there were so many different egos and people taking and, just not a lightful being. And, so I started searching for something different. And, the universe led me to some coaching and stuff and Reiki healing. So randomly she came into my life and gave me a Reiki healing, and I was like, this isn't doing anything. And the next day I was so sleepy, so I slept the whole day. And after that, I was the clearest I've ever been, and I was like, this is what I need to do. And so I quit the industry, and I, went completely headfirst into just spirituality and everything that, comes with it, and how everything is so perfectly aligned. And, this image that we have around us, a lot of it's not real, and, just finding what's real to myself and giving that back to others as well and helping them do that. So I knew I had to do this.
Yeah. No, I mean, you definitely know, and you get that sign, what your calling is in life. That's awesome.
Mhm. It really is. It's pretty amazing. There's like a lot of light workers and a lot of people who are getting called now to really just help. And I think that we need more of that, just there's so much negativity and bad things around the world happening, that we need to shine the light on the good things that are happening too, because there's a lot of great things that are happening out there right now, and so we need to shine and remember that there is still light in the world. It's not all just dark.
Yeah. No, that's great that you're actually bringing that in your business, because, I mean, a lot of people, you're right. I mean, just look at the negativity in the world. It's just, it's such a gloomy day. No, it's gloomy because you see the day is gloomy. The day's not actually gloomy, but, I mean, the world around us definitely makes it look that way at all times, So I wouldn't say, what sets you aside from your competition, because, I mean, spiritual form, you're not really having a huge competition, but, what really sets you aside that, someone should actually come spend time with you and, really get that enlightenment that you received from this?
Well, what I do in all my sessions, I do consultations just to see if somebody's a right fit for me. Also, because a lot of people are looking for spiritual advisors, their spiritual practice, and we are supposed to seek who we're supposed to seek, not just because they're the closest to us or something like that. Everybody has a gift to give to each other, but like I would give my customer somebody the gift of enlightenment or, an awakening and, just finding that truth. And they also end up giving the same thing back to me in return in just a different form. So it has to be a good fit first, to start. But I would say just the fact that I sit and I talk to the customer, or I don't even consider them actually a customer. I feel like they're just another soul that has been brought we've just been gained together to enlighten each other, and to teach. I don't really feel like it's a business. I feel like it's more of a calling and more of, the right people coming together to create that community and the stronger force of what needs to be done in the world. And so I think that separates me, is that I really actually believe in the causes. And, also the proceeds that I get from Reiki healings, I give 50% of the proceeds to Charity Water, which is a foundation, and they give clean water to individuals overseas, who don't have that water supply. So it's not just me sitting here and giving you that feedback and that healing. It's also a soul for soul. So we're getting this healing, but overseas, somebody else now is getting something that they need too, so we're all connected. So I think that's what really separates me from the crowd.
That's awesome. You definitely have a program like that, actually affecting people overseas as well. It's definitely commendable.
Thank you.
So who would you see as an ideal an ideal soul, not a customer, but an ideal soul that would actually look to come to you for enlightenment?
Somebody who wants to do the work. I can give you all the right tools, but if you're not going to use them, you're not going to grow. Somebody who's looking forward to this journey and giving up, what no longer serves them, because the work that we do is messy, not, physically, but emotionally it can get messy. And I think that's really where trust comes in. So somebody who will trust the person that they're working with, I think that is ideal, because in anything that we're doing in life, whether it's relationships or business or, just going to a regular job every day, we have to be vulnerable and trustworthy and, really bring that to the table as well, because it's work. This is really work, somebody who wants to do the work.
Okay. All right. I know we had this question before, and as I said, I was actually thinking of people, an ideal business collaboration that you would like to make. Here, I was thinking, health coaches. I know there's a lot of oils and health coaches out there that could definitely connect with you.
Mm-hmm.
Either health coaches or caregivers, doctors, nurses, I don't know if they would actually, be of any use. I'm not the expert in the field. But I mean, what do you think? Do you believe that health coaches and nurses would actually be able to help find the people that could actually take advantage of, the spirituality in their lives?
Most definitely. I know that nurses actually do Reiki in hospitals already. So I think that's amazing. A lot of the nurses actually don't practice it because they don't have that spirituality attached to it. But it's more common, in the hospitals now. But definitely coaches, just because I am a coach as well. So I think coaches definitely are great to connect with, and, just bringing that spirituality there. Essential oil coaches, a lot of doTERRA people,
Yeah. As I know, we actually had a person on the show a few episodes ago that was actually talking about the oils. And it's crazy. It's crazy what a lot of people look over.
Yeah.
When it comes to their health, when it comes to spirituality, anything besides, the doctor told me this prescription. It's like, okay, there's other stuff out there that'll actually help as well. But a lot of people look over it because they see it's like a society is showing them, there's only one way. Now, but the oils, even the salt, what is it, the salt lamp? Salt lamp. I heard those actually help relax people.
Yeah, they clean the air as well.
See, that's just crazy. That's a lot of stuff that people actually look past. Man, I've seen people with the salt lamps in their place of work, and it helps them throughout the day. It's just crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we don't really see, I think, because we don't have that education as we're starting to evolve as, souls, is that, plants in the house, they clean the air that's in the house, and smudging, which is sage, and you light it and you go throughout your whole entire house. Well, that's been done for, since ancient times, and they've actually found that there's science proof behind it now that it actually does purify the air, for the whole entire day and removes energy, like bad energy and stuff. And so we're just now starting to see this has always been kind of like woo-woo, and spirituality has not really been there. People they kind of outcast you for it. But I think people now are starting to really look at it like there's actual science behind it. And we're starting to finally catch up, from the science side this stuff actually works, and the essential oils and how they heal your body. And just, I think a lot of people are not really trusting doctors anymore, because before, everything was like black and white. Okay, this is what happened. But everybody now is starting to find their own identity and stuff. And, you can't cure every single person. Everything is different, and we have to take that into our own responsibility, that we have to heal ourselves and not rely on doctors. And, I'm not saying don't see a doctor. I'm definitely not saying that, but I'm saying, a doctor, use their opinion, but also do your own research and, see what suits your body. Listen to your body, because you can heal your body, and really just, there's so many different things that you can do. And I think it's just that education that a lot of people are looking for at this time.
Yeah, huge. Okay. Well, Michelle, we try to keep the time all together on all of our interviews, but I got time for one last question, and it always comes to a finance and insurance question based off your own known knowledge. You ready for it?
Okay.
All right. At what age do you stop getting penalized for taking money out of your retirement account?
I'm not too sure, because I'm pretty young, so I don't really have a huge retirement account yet.
No worries. It's 59 and a half.
That's good to know.
Yeah, there you go. So if you ever touch that retirement account, when it grows more, if you touch it before you're 59 and a half, then they'll actually penalize you for that. And that's when they give you an additional fee because you did. But after that age, you no longer get penalized. So that is awesome. Well, it's truly been a pleasure having you on the show, but I know people out there that have questions and want to know how to contact you. What's some great contact information they can have?
They could go to my website at theauriclife.com, or you can always email me at info@theauriclife.com.
Awesome. Well, hopefully everyone out there actually took notes, and there's a lot more. I mean, we can go on all day about how much you keeping your health, outside and inner health, all as one. So if you have questions, you want to know more, reach out, contact Michelle, and she will assist accordingly. She is a very nice person, so don't be afraid to ask her any questions. Michelle, again, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, and we look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Thank you for having me.
The way she whine, she beat on time, she beat on time. The way she whine, she blows my mind, she blows my mind. Yeah. The girl them get me from the start, yeah, with music. The music sweet, so we cannot refuse it. Them gal don't get wet, cause we up inside of this vet. Girl, your water flow like the ocean, girl. Full motion, girl. Feeling rude, then you know it's time to get loose. Wish this moment will last forever and ever. So you can tell me if you want it, baby, you can have it till the morning come. The morning come, then you can tell me if you like it, baby, you can have it till the morning come. The morning come. When she whine, she beat on time, she beat on time. The way she whine, she blows my mind, she blows my mind. Yeah. The girl that get me from the start, yeah, with music. The music get enough. And for my guys, I never get enough. Oh, so please don't you interfere, cause all of these guys out there are for me. And she, oh, guess me, I care about you. So you can tell me if you want it, baby, you can have it till the morning come. The morning come, then you can tell me if you like it, baby, you can have it till the morning come. The morning come. The way she rain, the way she rain, she beat on time, she beat on time. The way she rain, the way she rain, she blows my mind, she blows my mind. Yeah. The girl that get with from them start here with music. The music sweet, so they cannot refuse it. When you wind that waist, I'll wet you down. Smooth that face, I'll wet you down. Hot up the place, I'll wet you down. I'll wet you down. Wet you when you wind that waist, I'll wet you down. When you pick up the taste, I'll wet you down. When you hit up the place, I'll wet you down. Wet you down, I'll wet you down. The way she rain, she beat on time, she beat on time. The way she rain, the way she rain, she blows my mind, she blows my mind. Yeah. The girl that get with from them start here with music. The music sweet, so they cannot refuse it. Yo, I come to do what you do. I come to do what you do. I come to do what you do. Oh God, I come to do what you do. I'll wet you down, you do. I'll wet you down, you do. Oh God, wet you down.
So look at that. Between it's Friday, Michelle talking about her business, and the topic of the day being building a business while working a 9 to 5. But the topic, the title of the podcast for today is grinders are more than just sandwiches. It kind of makes me hungry, just thinking about it. Because a good grinder, I think the last time I had a good grinder was over in California.
No, we went to that grinder place and it ended up not being good.
Which one?
We stopped somewhere. I don't know, some random grinder place.
Now, do you remember the place? The grinder place?
No, I feel like it was during a hospital appointment.
Oh, that was Firehouse.
No, it wasn't Firehouse. It was some random hole-in-the-wall grinder place. You, had to stand outside to order. Remember? And you parked your car, on the wrong side of the road and made you go back and fix it. And the grinder ended up sucking so bad.
I don't remember that time. But you know what? All the same, it's all good. Most grinder places, about 95%. I picked the one that was in that 5% bracket, so all good. But you know what? Big conversation today. Michelle went through her knowledge, so it was cool. It was great to hear. Hopefully you guys took some great notes. But building a business while working a 9 to 5, that takes some skill. That takes some focus. Most definitely. How many people would you say do we know that have tried to build a business and have burned themselves out right off the bat?
Honestly, just about all of them, or they get tired of doing so much and they just give up in the beginning.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. I know when we first got in it, man, I would hit it for about 6 to 9 months straight, just 100 mile an hour, nothing you couldn't take, and then what do you know, you burned yourself out before you know it. But hey, that was that straight up focus for 6 to 9 months. But of course, you gotta shut the doors for 3 months when you burn yourself out. So not great.
It shouldn't be a 3-month recovery.
It is if it's hibernation. If it's so focus. What would you guys say out there? How much focus? What's your actual ratio that you're putting to your business that you would say is a great work to life ratio while still keeping your focus at work? I mean, because a huge thing is staying focused. But then you also have to look at goals. Do you have them? Do you even know where your milestones are, where you want to be? You know, a lot of people just say, you know what, I want to work and I'm going to do it. And we ask them, hey, when are you thinking of retiring? Well, my work's my retirement. Come on, guys. The people will say that because they love their job now, but will you love it in 40 years when you're looking at retiring? I don't know. But you got to have goals. You know, that's why you make a business plan of having those milestones, those goals. But what would you say, Misha, is a good goal for someone to have when they're first starting their business and they're still working their 9 to 5? I mean, I would actually say that a lot of the people, they haven't prioritized their goals yet when looking at the company that they're wanting to start. When do they want to actually hit these goals? How much do you want to actually make? Do you have a income, idea in mind, or are you just winging it? Are you just going at it and hopefully you'll make enough that one day you won't have to work, or you might leave your 9 to 5, but you really like your 9 to 5 because you have friends there and you've been there for a minute and you feel that you owe them something. Yet, if you left your 9 to 5, I don't know if they'll remember your name if you're on a big corporation. But hey, what do I know? Oh, I mean, sacrifice though. Sacrifice is huge when you're looking at starting a business. I mean, it's not just someone starts a business and that's what they got. They can leave their full-time job now and they can just go at it, because most people that have businesses, I mean, have responsibilities in life. They have bills, they have kids, they have spouses, and that's something you have to take in consideration. That's why you have to think of that timeline of when you want to go full-time, if that is your goal. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, think about how much you actually have to make with that job to be able to leave your full-time job, if that is your goal sometime in that category. Also, are you going to keep your 9 to 5 while working the side job, or are you going to leave it entirely? Or, I mean, a lot of people just think of it as a side hustle all the time. So, I mean, that's why we're saying grinders are more than just sandwiches. I mean, because if someone is running their own business, you are a straight up grinder. And I actually had an interview with a realtor the other day. And guys, yeah, if you ever want to know why is there so many realtors on the show, I'll ask you the same thing. Why are there so many realtors on the show? They're the ones that actually keep on requesting time to talk about their business and get out there and meet more people. So if you're asking that, I'm asking you the same thing of why aren't you on the show talking about your business? Hey, it seems like the realtors are out there grinding away, trying to meet as many people as possible. And everyone else is, you know what? I'll just do business when the business comes to me, and it's just going to fall in my lap one day. And before you know it, I'm going to be like freaking Warren Buffett because I invested in gold or whatever. Okay? That's not the way it goes. I mean, obviously the people that come on the show are wanting to network with other like-minded individuals, and you are that like-minded individual. So if you haven't told us about your job or your business, your industry, you should send us an email, and you'll hear that at the end of the show. So definitely drop us a line on that, because we want to definitely hear about your business and see how The show can really bring something to your company as well. Okay? Guys, remember that though, when you're working a 9 to 5 and you're starting your business, do not overbook yourself. Okay? People want consistency. They want a person that their word is their bond. Word is, a promise. When they say something, they're going to do it. They stand by their word.
That's key as a small business owner, because that's all you have is your word.
Huge. I mean, if I told someone, hey, I'm going to have a meeting with you. When are we going to have a meeting? I'm going to have it with you on Thursday. Okay, Thursday, 2 o'clock, great. 2 o'clock comes around, I don't show up. What does that make me look like, huh? Complacent. Unprofessional. Disrespectful. Okay? If I have a meeting with someone and they don't show up, I want to know what's happened.
Or delivering a product.
Exactly. If they're delivering a product and they don't stand by their word and they dip out the last second, or they don't tell you that they're not going to deliver that product, and next thing you know, you're on a time crunch because that person can't stand by their word, do you think I want to do business with you again? Come on, guys. Okay? Have confidence in yourself. Have respect for yourself, not just for other people, but for yourself. You're in that grind. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't cut yourself like that. That's bull. That's not cool. That's throwing yourself under the bus. Don't do that to yourself. Okay? So when you say you're going to do something to someone, they want to do business with small business owners because that's what we have. We have our word and we stand by our word. If they don't want to have someone to stand by their word, they're going to go down to freaking Target and they're going to do business with them. Why? Because they're $1 billion business and they don't care if you go to Walmart. Okay? But you're a small business owner. You do care if someone goes to those bigger corporations because you don't got that kind of cash flow. Okay? So word is bond. Don't forget it. Okay? And always remember, do not burn yourselves out. You got to limit what you can handle for the day. Learn to relax. Learn to spend time with your family. Enjoy your weekends if you take weekends off. If you take some day off. If you don't take the weekends off, take some day off during the week. But take some time for you. Okay? Because if it's 7 days, it's all about the clients, it's all about the customers, and that's all you do. I live and I breathe and I, just my life essence, my lifeblood is work. You are going to burn out.
Or if you don't burn out, you're going to cause drama with your family. I feel like if you're single and you're not going to burn out, feel free. Give it all you got. It's the best time to give it all you got while there's no consequences. But if you have a family or a significant other, you can't afford to burn out because that's going to cause problems. So prioritize. Make time for your relationships and your children. Make a goal. How long do you want to be working and running a business if you plan on eventually becoming a full-time business owner? Like, are you giving yourself a year, 6 months, 3 months? And then set your goal by that time period. Not by the day, not by the week, but I have this many months in order to get this done. This is what I have to do in this many months. And then that allows you to stretch out what you have to do over a longer period of time instead of trying to squish it all into a week, because in your head, you have to get this done tomorrow.
But remember, guys, hey, it's Friday's episode. So chill out. You made it through a hard week. And it's all good. But whatever day you take off, take it off. Okay? You're going to do something at home. Don't do something about work. Do something else. Okay? If you got to keep your mind rolling, get a hobby. Okay? I was told that numerous times by people. Man, do you even have a hobby? No, I got work. Yep. You're going to burn out. Okay? Have something that just takes your mind off of work. Okay, you got to keep your mind sharp and exercise your brain. That's fine. But just take that time off, even if it's a couple hours, guys. Just do it and then see how your work actually goes, because you're really going to put a lot more time and effort. Just the quality that of professionalism that you give your clients, your customers, is going to be that much more. And guess what? Your family is going to love you even more because you took that time away from work just to chill out with them. So that's some good stuff.
And for the people that don't mind working their job and just like to have their little business on the side, um, I think their goal might not be long term, when do I want to quit, but their goal is to stay consistent so that they always have time. Like, I know I have time for this many meetings, or I have time to do this many products, or I have time to do this many house showings. You keep a number in mind and try not to exceed that number, so that every week you have time for work, every week you have time for your part-time job, and your life's not going to be all hectic and chaotic because one week you have 5 and then the next weekend you have 15, and you're going up and down on this yo-yo. That's not good for anybody. Keep it consistent if you're trying to maintain your job and maintain your hustle. And what do you think?
I mean, I think if someone is working a 9 to 5 job, I mean, you got to remember, you just worked an 8-hour shift. Yeah, it's difficult, even if you're sitting behind a computer, because your mind is constantly going. You're being watched by the boss or whatever you're doing. You know what? If you're working a 9 to 5, but you also want to work your business as well, I say don't try to do another 8-hour shift. Okay, do 3-4 hours. Do 2 to 3 something. Do something that's progressing that business, but not a full shift. I mean a half day shift. You just wanted to do something that way your business is progressing in its growth, because that's all businesses are, really. It is a consistent growing pattern. And a lot of people think it's all, this week I gotta go 100 miles an hour and I got to get it all done this week, and guess what? Next week, you're going to have more work, in the week after that, in the week after that, and it's going to keep growing. It's like weeds, okay? Work is going to constantly be there. So limit the amount of work that you're actually coming into your life. I mean, I think that's the way I started out, is I thought, you know what, if I work double everything and I work, I'll get it all done. But the next week came along, it didn't seem like anything got done. I still had that work and I still had to get more stuff done. And instead of managing that time and actually taking it in small portions, all I did was, next thing you know, you're working 14 to 16 hours a day.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, huge. So, but I mean, this is definitely going towards the person that's working that 9 to 5 and wanting to start a business, or is starting a business and still working their full-time job. Because I mean, that's awesome. I think that's an amazing feat right there, is to switch from working for someone else and you also want to run your own business as well, whether it be a side hustle, a full-time gig, anything. I find it to be an amazing thing for people to do.
I think another good tip is don't throw all your funds into a get rich part of your business. Like, some people think, if I put this much money into mailing out flyers, then I'm gonna have like all these people hit me up, and next week we're gonna make so much money and my job's gonna blow up. If it worked that way, everybody would be rich, because we get hundreds of flyers a year. And my neighbors that's still sending me their little Chinese pamphlets are not rich. So that's not how it works. So don't go throwing all your money into like a get rich quick thing when you have a small business on the side, because it's just not worth it. There's better places for you to put your money into your business and better ways to put that money towards your business growing.
Research it.
Research.
That's huge. I mean, guys, if you think you came up with a new innovative way to get in front of people, I mean, awesome job, because a lot of people have been trying to get in front of people, whether customers, clients, whatever. I mean, either sell houses, sell a product too, mow their yard, something, anything. But I mean, think about mail campaigns. Just so you guys know, it has a 2% success rate. Okay? 2%. And if anyone has ever looked at a mail campaign, those things run, I would say, about $600 to go to about 2,000 houses. Maybe 1,000 houses.
And you think it's a good idea because you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that because I get those all the time. But when you get them all the time, how often do you actually be like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to call this duct cleaner right now. Or I'm going to call this guy to do this right now. Or I'm going to, this food looks amazing. I think I'm going to go to this restaurant. I want to go to the restaurants, but I never actually make it to the restaurants.
Yeah.
They just usually get put to the side. I'm like, oh, these are all great. I'm going to consider it. And then I never, ever see them again.
It's on a restaurant bucket list.
Yeah.
We are going to go that one place. Hey, I think we've been saying that about one Mexican joint for like 6 months now.
Yeah, we see it. And we think it's a good idea because we see it. But when we think about it, like, we see it, but do we actually pay any attention? Not really.
Yeah, no. But think about it, 2% of 1,000, guys, that's 20 customers, 20 clients, 20 deals, whatever you want to say, it's 20, okay? So if you're paying 600 or 1,000 or whatever you're paying for the 1,000 flyers or postcards or postage stamps, I don't care what you're sending out, it's 2% either way. So, you know what? One of our speakers the other day, he said it great. And his episode is coming up. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an amazing episode. I mean, that was Todd Schroth that said that. He works the same area. If he does mail campaigns, he's done that mail campaign in the same area like 10 times in a row. They know his name because he doesn't start jumping all around the cities. I thought that was awesome.
That is a good idea.
So
most people would be like the opposite. Like, why would he stay in the same place?
Yeah, they said no. No, they didn't see you. You went in the junk pile, okay? Just like all the other junk mail. But you know what? You send it 10 times, they're going to see you.
When we stayed in those apartments, I can't tell you how many people I saw just immediately take the coupons and mail newsletters and throw them right in the garbage. They didn't even make it to their house. Most of the people did that, and I was surprised. I'm like, am I weird for keeping my junk mail? Because I like to read through it.
Yeah. That's what... I mean, some people don't even keep the newspapers that are thrown at their doors. Don't even know what to do with them. Like it's some other language typed on there. But, I mean, he increased his actual success rate in that area from a 2% success rate to a 10 to 15% success rate. That's nice.
Yeah, that is.
Eh? I mean, remember, that's on a mail campaign. That's not doing anything else but turning those leads from cold to warm. And he's a realtor. Okay, so all you realtors out there that are looking for ideas, there you go. There's a golden idea. And his episode is coming up. He had a bunch of other great ones as well. That's on October 6th. So, I mean, we keep having great people on here and great ideas when it comes to businesses. But you know what? Everybody says the same thing. You got to take your 9 to 5 and your business, take it in portions. Okay? I mean, that's a lot of work, but man, think about it at the end. I mean, think about how much our company has grown ever since we started it. It went from nobody knows who we are to now we have people in Cali that still call us for our advice, and we're over in Virginia now. And then we have people here in Virginia learning us who we are and known in Louisiana and
people in other states.
Yeah, it's awesome. So consistency. you keep hitting the same mark over and over and over again, guys, it is going to leave just an amazing mark in history that you were there. So
People
it's
assume
cool.
if they see you over and over, that means you stick. And if you stick, you must be doing well. People must like you. If you're still around, maybe I should give them a try.
Huge. Because how many small businesses are here today and gone tomorrow? And it's not because they're bad businesses or they're bad people. It's just nobody knows you. Okay? So you have to keep on showing up. You have to keep on going. It's I'm telling you, consistency. People are going to know who you are. They're going to remember you. And guess what? One day, they're going to give you a shot. And that's your time to actually make that
mark?
Just that mark. Yeah. That mark, that indication in their life that you can give them an awesome quality of product or service, and they're going to know who you are. A big thing I would actually say is a marketing budget. Know how much you're actually going to spend.
No, it's not a marketing budget. It's use your marketing budget smartly. Don't waste it in a way that's not going to be beneficial and bring any money back to you.
Yeah,
that's the hardest thing to learn.
What I'm saying is, don't just be throwing money in the wind, hoping it sticks somewhere.
Well, you might not think you're just throwing it in the wind, but really you could be.
Yeah, true. Well, I just see a lot of people do that whole shotgun effect, and hoping something sticks instead of like that, mail campaign in the same zip code numerous times, making a cold lead warm. It's more of like a tactical marketing.
Yeah, but that's exactly. If you're going to market, do tactical marketing. Don't just do the common average. If you're gonna market, just make it count is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anybody can just market. Just have a marketing budget. You gotta make it count, and that takes research.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. Research. Who's the market you're actually trying to go after. I respect everyone's decision. Hey, I want to help everyone. That's nice to hear, but. A lot of people have a niche, someone that they want to help, someone they specialize in. And when you're starting with your small business, knowing that market by doing the research, that's golden right there. It's going to save you a lot of money.
And don't just assume because it worked for him, it's going to work for me. If you guys have two completely different jobs, it might not work for you. If you have the same job, but they have a completely different personality than you, it might not work for you. Like, what works for somebody else is not always going to work for you. So get so many opinions before you decide on one thing. Because everybody thinks, well, it worked for him and they're doing great. They made this much. So, I'm just going to copy them. No, that's another way to waste your time and waste your money. Find out what works for you before you go wasting a whole bunch of time. Try it a couple times. Try it for a week. See how that goes. Nope, that wasn't good. Let me try this. Nope, that wasn't good. Let me try that. Find out what works for you. Stop being a copycat trying to copy Mr. Successful because Zach, he's very talkative. You can talk somebody into a policy. I cannot. I have to PowerPoint them into a policy. I have to show them the numbers in ways that they can get it because I'm not a chatty person. I'm not going to be your best friend while we're having a 15-minute meeting. But I am kind and I can make a lasting impression through my PowerPoint presentations. So, different strokes.
That's huge. Like using your strengths to your advantage. Not, well, I'm not really good at that, but Billy Bob said it, that's the only way, and he is who he is. So I might as well do that and not be myself. That's the way I see it. Is someone is trying to row against the flow of the current right there, instead of doing what you're good at.
That's not going to help your business grow. Even if you're keeping your full-time job, you're going to waste time with the part-time job. And if you're definitely trying to go full-time business owner from your job, it's never going to happen if you don't do what's best for you.
Yeah, no, totally agree. So hopefully you actually got some great notes, guys. I mean, we got Teresa Karam coming up, tell us about her great business in the industry and just some knowledge she's bringing to the table. But like always, we're going to take a break for a song, a word from the sponsors, and we're going to roll right into it with Teresa. So stay tuned, guys.
Future Fambo. The junkin' master. Junk again. I'm drinking. Alright. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. I'm drinking rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. Them want me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. And I'm rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. Them want me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. Me start the day with a flask, cranberry with ice in a glass. Satellite can't find me last. Buy me one a liquor, cause me and me one boss. Drink for junk that me endorse. After the flask, then we move to the quart. Tell the bartender the bill restart. Coconut to rub me use, wash off me heart. If you hide and drink, then you must get I'm drinking rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. Them want me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. And I'm rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. How much can you drink? Me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. You wanna know what I'm drinking? Appleton and Pepsi in my cup, what you thinking? Everyone is a star, we live like kingpin. Sometime I go with a fatty or a slim thing, now stop drinking. How much can you drink? Full up my cup, let me think. Be a sexy girl, I give me wink. Put her in the car, well tint. Moses a express himself through paper on the ink. Rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. Them want me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. And I'm rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. How much can you drink? Me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. Rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. Them want me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. Me start the day with a flask, cranberry with ice in a glass. Satellite can't find me last. Buy me one a liquor, cause me and me one boss. Drink for junk that me endorse. After the flask, then we move to the quart. Tell the bartender the bill restart. Coconut to rub me use, wash off me heart. If you hide and drink, then you must get I'm drinking rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. Them want me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. And I'm rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. How much can you drink? Me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. You wanna know what I'm drinking? Appleton and Pepsi in my cup, what you thinking? Everyone is a star, we live like kingpin. Sometime I go with a fatty or a slim thing, now stop drinking. How much can you drink? Full up my cup, let me think. Be a sexy girl, I give me wink. Put her in the car, well tint. Moses a express himself through paper on the ink. Rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. Them want me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled. And I'm rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. How much can you drink? Me get awful, like them on the dance, I'll get grappled.
I care. I care.
I care.
I care.
Do you care about their future? With the College Fund Plan, for as little as $1 a day, you can show your loved ones you care as well. Contact Dynamism Financial today. Call 844-966-SAVE. That's 844-966-7283. It's not too late.
All right, so as I promised, guest speaker, so we can learn some knowledge from her. Teresa, you there?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much for actually joining us on the show today. We are very happy to actually have you here. So now tell us, how long you been in business for, Teresa?
Thank you so much for having me. I've been in the real estate business about 3 years now.
Nice. Okay. And real estate, so you're dealing with residential and commercial, or just residential? Do you do property management?
I just focus on residential.
Residential, okay. And you're right there in Southern Cali, yeah?
Yes, right in Orange County.
There you go. I mean, real estate is king, especially in Orange County. Everyone that does not know, Orange County definitely has a nice real estate market.
Beautiful, beautiful homes, very high demand. We're right next to the beach, so we get the best of everything here.
Yeah, it just takes you back to those nice sunny Cali days right there. That is why people move there, is definitely for that. So what made you decide 3 years ago you wanted to get in the real estate market? You are an entrepreneur as a realtor. I mean, a lot of people don't know what all it takes to actually be a realtor, especially in a competitive market like California. I mean, what made you want to get in that?
Well, initially, I had actually gotten to the business about 10, 12 years ago with a cousin of mine had moved out to Vegas, and it was right before the market had crashed. And so we were at the height of the market working with Century 21 out there. And so that's when I got introduced to the business. I worked right under the brokers and kind of learned everything. And then once the market crashed and slowed down, I, left the business for a few years. And then once it came back up, I came back to California after traveling around a couple different places, and decided that this is my passion, this is my love, this is all I know, and I didn't want to work for anybody. So I jumped back in, and I got introduced to a really good group of people that, mentored me, took me in, taught me, everything to do with California, real estate, since I was a little bit unfamiliar with it. And I just jumped right in, and it fits me really well. I think my personality is definitely key with it. I love people. I'm a people person. I'm a people pleaser. And so, when you don't focus on the money and you just focus on what you love doing, the money just kind of follows.
Most definitely. I have actually seen that a lot. It's weird. It's when you stop worrying about it. And you just
exactly.
You
just work, and you don't even count it.
Exactly. Now that is some valuable piece of information. Hopefully everyone actually wrote that down. It's just the not caring part and doing what you love.
Doing what you love, yeah. And I think, the big part of it was, the freedom it gives you. Of course, you get what you put in. So you can work as hard as you want and make endless amounts of money, and you can work as little as you want and make very little money. And that's kind of the flexibility that being an entrepreneur gives you, that you don't have to answer to any boss or to anybody. You just have to answer to yourself. So that freedom is definitely, the biggest thing for me. So if I want to go take a month vacation, I don't have to request it. I can just get on a flight and go. So I think that was the biggest thing with wanting to, continue being an entrepreneur, and sales has always been, what I've done in my background. So it fit me really well.
Okay. So definitely just a total shoe-in into the industry. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. What would you say would set you aside from the competition out there?
Definitely local area knowledge is the biggest thing. Number one, just knowing my market inside and out. I don't need to jump on the MLS to look up things in terms of pricing. I could tell somebody right off the bat and let them know, okay, this is how much a 3-bedroom is going for in this city. This is what your homeowners associations, are going to look like in this area. This is what your tax rate is. I think the knowledge is key. And then, of course, the follow-up and persistence with following up with people. A lot of people are, they get really excited. They want to buy a home, and then, life kind of overwhelms them. They're caught up with work, with kids, with all these different things. So I think that by me staying on top of them, following up and staying in front of them constantly, reminding them of, hey, this was your goal. This is what you wanted to do. Let's meet that goal. That's been a big difference. That's what I've heard from my clients the most is, hey, these agents don't even get back to me, or they call me back 3 weeks later. You responded to me within minutes. Thank you for being so persistent. And even when I don't hear from them, I continue to call them, because if you've made an inquiry, you obviously want something. You obviously want to do it. And it's just a matter of time before you're going to go after it. And sometimes you need that little bit of push. And follow up. So those are probably the main things that set me apart from the competition. And then, of course, giving it my all. I mean, once I'm in a deal or in escrow with a client, they can reach me pretty much at any time, outside of past 10 o'clock and, before 6 a.m. But other than that, you can almost always reach me via text or email. And I think clients really appreciate that sense of comfort to know that, somebody's always there, especially when they're making the biggest investment of their life.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I mean, I've actually read this, and a lot of people forget all about it, is a deal actually doesn't get written until usually the 5th to 7th time you've contacted a client.
That's what they say, right? Most agents give up like the 3rd or 4th time. I think they said was like 70% of them stop following up after 3 or 4 calls. I keep going and going until you pick up the phone and tell me you're no longer interested. You're going to keep seeing my number pop up on your phone. You're going to keep getting my emails, keep getting my text messages. I use every avenue of communication, and then I adjust to the client. If the client likes to be communicated with via text, I'm going to just text you. If they prefer email because they work, if from an office where they can't be on their phone, then I'm going to email. If they prefer phone calls, then we're going to have to adjust to their timing of when they can take phone calls.
Yeah, nice. It's always nice to actually know if someone actually understands the industry and isn't under that pipe dream of the first or second time I'll contact someone, they'll want to buy right off the bat. Like, right. They know psychologically they want it. But then they get sticker shock. Everything's not perfect.
And most people don't know the process. They get so discouraged by just simply not knowing, how do we go about this? We don't know a lender. How do we, get approved? Do we need to get, do we go look at houses first? Do we get approved first? I think most people just get really scared of the process because there's so much wrong information out there on the internet. I mean, it's just full of crap. And, people get the impression that these websites are built for the consumer, but really these websites are not built for the consumers. They're built to get money out of us as realtors to extract leads. And that's what I explain to clients a lot is, hey, listen, what you're seeing on the internet, that really doesn't exist. They're just putting that out there to capture your information and sell it to us, and I tell them straight up and they're like, really? I'm like, yes, you're not paying for their website. We're paying for it, Yeah. So they're always a little bit shocked to know, like, oh, well, I thought that, no, that price doesn't exist in Orange County. I'm going to be real. I think that's another thing that people really appreciate is I'm really direct. I don't waste their time because I'm not going to waste my time. And if they're unrealistic about the marketplace, I'm going to let them know, right up front, hey, listen, you're going to talk to every agent in Orange County and they're all going to tell you the same thing. This price doesn't exist or this type of home at that price doesn't exist. And I think they do appreciate the transparency.
Yeah. Or you get the client every now and then that think they know and understand the real estate market because they have been looking on Zillow.
On Zillow, yeah. Oh, that's the best. Oh, yeah. But Zillow says my home is worth this much. And I laugh at them. I'm like, well, did Zillow come out and see your home? I'm just curious. Do they know the condition? Have they seen it? Yeah, Zillow's very, very inaccurate.
Yeah. Everyone just has to remember, I mean, a realtor is the professional in the real estate market. Just like a dentist is a professional in taking care of your teeth. On your teeth. Mhm. You're not going to go online and say, well, Google said,
let me buy a house. No, that's a misconception. People think that just because they're searching on Zillow and searching these websites for homes, I mean, that's just the very beginning stages. It's looking for a home or identifying the home. You're not even getting into the transaction. There's so many moving parts once you get into escrow that you need an agent to represent you. You need the liability purposes. understanding what is escrow. Some people don't even know what escrow is,
Yeah.
What is this? What is that paperwork? I mean, the contract's 10 pages alone just to write up the contract. And I can't tell you how many times it's pretty self-explanatory, but of course, who's going to read every single line, right? So our job as agents are to explain all these things to our clients, very thoroughly, and we need to know. And plus, we're negotiating on your behalf. A lot of people get this impression that, oh, well, I find the house, I'll just go straight to the listing agent. Well, guess what? That listing agent's not there representing you as the buyer. They're representing the seller's best interest. They want to get their seller the highest and best price. They don't care about you. They just care about the money at the end of the day, When you have a buyer when you have a buyer's representation from an agent, we're out there to represent you as a buyer. We're there to fight for you, to get you those repairs, to get you the best price, to get you that home warranty that you need,
Exactly. It's just so many people that they're website, professionals or something. They're going to argue with an attorney if they saw something on Rocket Lawyer. The same thing when it comes to realtors. Zillow and realtors, no. So awesome. Always good to actually have a realtor that is confident in what she does, respects her own time, as well as respecting the client's time as well. So hopefully everyone is actually writing this down, you're taking notes, because these are things you want in your realtor, because you want the person on your side that's going to fight for you, not, well, that's what they want, let's go ahead and pay for it.
You gotta give them what they want, right? I can't tell you how many horror stories I had from clients calling me after, I should have listened. I can't believe I'd used this. I got screwed with a $10,000 roof to repair, and she wouldn't fight for us, and the sellers wouldn't pay it. And I've heard it all, and I always, I feel bad because you try to warn them and you try to let people know, but sometimes they've got to learn the hard way, and it's unfortunate,
Sad, yeah, it most definitely is. What would you say an ideal prospect for you is?
The ideal prospect, that's a good one. One that listens. One that really, that listens. I love the questions. I love answering the questions. I love elaborating. I love explaining it to them. But at the end of the day, it's the ideal client would be, okay, here's my question. Oh, okay, I understand now. You answered it. It doesn't go around and ask 20 other people, because they trust me. So trust is really big. My ideal client would definitely trust me, know that I'm there to fight for them and believes in what I'm saying, because it makes things so much smoother when they just trust and believe and know, hey, you're not trying to screw me over. You do have my best interest in mind. So that's why I say the ones that listen, because, I've had clients where they don't listen, and I'll do it their way. Of course, they're the boss. I'm not their boss. So they're going to tell me what to do. And by all means, I'm going to write it up the way they want it. And they see month after month, they're losing all these offers and they wonder why. And I'm explaining to them why. And then finally, 6 months later, they're like, okay, we'll do it your way. Well, now there's nothing on the market in your price point because you let the market go up so high that now you're priced out of the market. You know what I mean? So, I would say the ideal client is someone that believes and trusts and really listens to the professional and knows that we're going to take care of them at the end of the day, and we're going to do what's best for them.
Awesome. No, perfect answer right there. I mean, that goes across every industry, and that does sound like a nice prospect. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for too.
Right, yeah. And I always refer people to read my reviews on Zillow, because I encourage them to read the testimonials and read what people have said. I have, I think, maybe 27 or 28 reviews on there. And, and see my track record. I think the biggest thing is, people have been in the industry maybe 10, 20 years, and they're maybe selling 3 houses a year. You've got to look at an agent. You want an agent that's active in the business. You want someone that's selling homes every month, because we're the ones that know exactly. I mean, things change on a day-to-day basis, and sometimes they'll go with agents that, oh, well, they're my friend or my cousin, but they sold like 2 homes last year. They have no idea what this marketplace is like, right? So you have to have an active agent. You want to have someone that, so I push them to go visit my Zillow page, see, read, see the transactions I just closed, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of helps build that trust a little bit more when they're seeing, okay, I'm not just talking, I'm showing you numbers, I'm showing you proof, I'm showing you I'm active in the business, you know.
Yeah. That's a real big thing. I mean, it's like seeing something.
Credibility, you know, you want to establish it.
It's their first job, you know, like on a first house sale. And it's like, but, you know, I believe they'll do good. I believe it. And it's like, wow, okay, that's trust, you know. It's like, you're not starting on investment property. You're starting on your own home, you know. But, you know, geez. Now, do you just operate there in Orange County, or do you go over to the Inland Empire? Are you?
I've done a little bit of Corona properties in Temecula. I mostly I'm focused in Orange County. We also do a few properties in LA where the new stadium is being built. I work with a group of guys, they're investors, and we do a lot of flips out there. And so, you know, we buy them just original, you know, fix them up and then resell them. So we've done quite a few in LA, but I'm primarily, you know, in Orange County. I know Orange County inside and out. I grew up here all my life. And so, you know, I know every neighborhood, every city. I know where it's good. I know where it's bad. And I think that's really important as well. I'm not new to the area. I've grown up here, went to college, high school, elementary, everything. So Orange County is where I focus in. If it's somewhere that I'm not comfortable with, and I don't know, I would rather refer it out, to somebody that I know in that area, because I want the client to get the best, not only the best service, but so they know the area better than I do. And I want them to be able to get the best deal in that area.
Okay. And so who would you say would be an ideal business, relation or a business collaboration with you? You know, would you be looking for loan officers? Are you looking for CPAs?
Yeah, I work with a lot of lenders. Lenders are my biggest companion, so to say. So I do have quite a few lenders because that's usually the starting point of kind of where you need to be. So I work with people that work over at the banks. So people are coming in to get pre-approved, and, you know, so we'll refer each other business back and forth. Attorneys, probate attorneys are good referral sources, and financial investors have been, or financial advisors have been fairly good referral source as well. But really anybody, it's the more people you talk to, the more chances you're going to get at kind of getting a referral. So I'm constantly asking for referrals from anybody in my sphere, anybody that I might meet. I instantly friend them on Facebook. So I think it can come from anywhere, you know. It's just about you're putting that energy out there, you're putting that goodness, you're answering people's questions, and they might not buy today, but next year you might get a call out of nowhere, and then, oh, hey, you know, I've got a cousin that's looking to sell, can you help them out? So it really can come from anywhere. But yeah, lenders I would say are my closest ones that, you know, we work most closely with.
Okay, nice. Well, Teresa, we are closing out of time right now, but everyone always knows the last question of all of our shows is always all of our interviews, not shows, but end of all of our interviews is always a finance and insurance question. It's based off your own numbers. Are you ready?
I think so. I hope so.
All right, here we go. What does IRA stand for?
IRA. Oh boy. Can I Google that real fast? No, I'm just teasing you. It's gotta be something like maybe an individual retirement account.
There you go. All right.
Did I get that right?
I had us on the edge of the seat there for a second. Yeah, that is correct. Awesome. Well,
you definitely need one, people.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many clients actually pull their down payment out of their IRAs and 401ks.
You know, that's huge. I mean,
it's a huge thing.
All day, but you know, a lot of people don't understand self-directed IRAs. They don't understand that you can actually use your retirement, your 401k, your IRAs, everything, to actually help them with purchasing a home. There's just so many avenues that a lot of people don't look into, and it's like, oh, well, no, I don't have 10%. Like, we're not talking about any checking. You know, how many people actually keep that much money just sitting in a checking?
It's just sitting, yeah, and you're not making any money on it.
Yeah. You know, everyone has it invested in something. You have it parked somewhere. You have it in your money market accounts. Something, somewhere, you can actually do that. And this is why you get a realtor, people. This is why.
We'll help guide you there.
I know a lot of people have questions out there and they want to get in contact with you. What's some great contact information people can reach you at?
You can reach me direct on my cell phone. I can give that out. That number is 714-300-9005. Really easy to remember. 714-300-9005. And you can also visit my website, tskrealtygroup.com. And that has all my email information, so you can connect with me on there as well. And I'm on Facebook at Teresa 4RE at Facebook link. So TERESA, the number 4, and then just RE. And there's a lot of good information on my Facebook page. It's updated about 3 to 4 times a week with really, really good articles and industry information, some videos and things like that.
Awesome. Well, hopefully everyone wrote that down. Any questions that you have about anything that Teresa actually went over, definitely send those over her way. That way she can assist you accordingly with them. So, Teresa, it was truly a pleasure having you on the show today, and we look forward to actually having you on again in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, that was quite a show today. Hopefully everyone took some great notes, got some great knowledge and some tips from our guest speakers, and you enjoyed the great songs, and you enjoy the rest of your day, and we hope to catch you soon as well.
So, what's next episode's topic and who we're going to be talking to?
Well, that's going to be Monday, Misha, and we are going to bring in Angus Burke from Vancouver, British Columbia, our neighbors to the north. He's going to be talking about his fitness company, and we have Erin Sexton Sherwood out of our own Norfolk, Virginia, talking about her real estate ventures and all the wonderful things out here in the Commonwealth.
Sounds great. I look forward to that.
Me as well. Next week's topic is health and wealth. So tune in, everyone. Hey, give us a great review on whatever platform you're tuning in with us. Like us on Facebook. Share us. Follow us. Leave a great comment, because we always love everyone tuning in and actually conversing with us in these conversations. So until next time, everyone, keep up the hustle.
Thanks again for listening with us and all of our sponsors. If you have any questions about the content in the show or want to be one of our guest speakers, send an email to benefitsandme@gmail.com. See you next time, and stay tuned.
You kids get to bed, I get the storybook. Y'all tucked in? Here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to good, there lived a little boy who was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said. Me and you tonight, we're gonna make some cash, robbing old folks and making the dash. They did the job, money came with ease, but one couldn't stop, it's like he had a disease. He robbed another and another, and a sister and a brother. Tried to rob a man who was a DT undercover. The cop grabbed his arm, he started acting erratic. He said, "Keep still, boy, no need for static." Punched him in his belly and he gave him a slap. But little did he know the little boy was strapped. The kid pulled out a gun, he said, "Why'd you hit me?" The barrel set straight for the cop's kidney. The cop got scared, the kitty starts to figure, I'll do years if I pull this trigger. So he cold dashed and ran around the block. Cop radios into another lady cop. He ran by a tree, there he saw the sister. Shot for the head, he shot back but he missed her. Looked round good and from expectations he decided he'd hit for the subway stations. But she was coming and he made a left. He was running top speed till he was out of breath. Knocked an old man down and swore he killed him. Then he made his move to an abandoned building. Ran up the stairs up to the top floor. Opened up a door there, guess who he saw? Who? Dave the dope fiend shooting dope. Who don't know the meaning of water nor soap, he said.
I need bullets, hurry up, run.
The dope fiend brought back a spanking shotgun. He went outside but there was cops all over. Then he dipped into a car, a stolen Nova. Raced up the block doing 83. Crashed into a tree near University. Escaped alive though the car was battered. Rat-a-tat-tatted and all the cops scattered. Ran out of bullets and he still had static. Grabbed the pregnant lady and pulled out the automatic. Pointed at her head, he said the gun was full of lead. He told the cops, back off, for honey here's dead. Deep in his heart, he knew he was wrong. So he let the lady go and he starts to run on. Sirens sounded, he seemed astounded. And before long the little boy got surrounded. He dropped his gun, so went the glory. And this is the way I have to end this story. He was only 17 in a madman's dream. The cop shot the kid, I still hear him scream. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Just another case about the wrong path. Straight and narrow or your soul gets cast. Good night. Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out, Rick.
Ooh, boy, that Uncle
Knock him
Ricky
out the box,
is
Rick.
really
Knock him